Kim Minch with a weekly update from the ICCAC. This week we'll be covering the athletes of the week, some scores from the past week, the teams that are currently ranked in the NJCAA polls, and we'll preview some conference matchups coming up in the next week. First up, the athletes of the week. This week's men's basketball athlete of the week is sophomore Jordan Stevens from Southeastern. Stevens led the Blackhawks to an upset over number 5 ranked Indian Hills, scoring 31 points and adding 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Stevens is now averaging 17.8 points per game this season. This week's women's basketball athlete of the week is sophomore Carly Schumacher from DMAC. Schumacher had a double-double last week, as well as another one this past weekend, scoring 29 points and 14 rebounds against Ellsworth, and scoring 27 points and 17 rebounds against Iowa Lakes. Schumacher is also leading the nation in blocks this season with 91 so far. Next, some scores from last weekend. On the men's basketball side, Iowa Lakes beat DMAC with ease, winning 78-65. DeAndre Parks had a huge game for the Lakers, scoring 38 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals in the win. Marshalltown traveled to Northeast and won in a close battle that came down to a last-second shot in double overtime, 101-100. Marshalltown had 5 players in double figures, but was led by Mike Rodriguez, who scored 25 points, 2 rebounds, 11 assists, and 3 steals in the victory. On the women's side, Iowa Western hosted NJCAA in a cross-division matchup last weekend. Iowa Western easily beat the Trojans 73-54, giving NJCAA their second loss of the season. Abigail Osoro had 15 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block for the Reavers. Next, many of our conference basketball teams are ranked nationally. On the men's side, in Division I, Iowa Western is at number 3 for their record of 19-2 this season, and Indian Hills is at number 6 for their record of 19-2 as well. Receiving votes was Southeastern at a record of 18-4, winning their last 8 games. In Division II, DMAC is at number 15 with a record of 16-4. Iowa Lakes, who is at a 13-5 record, is at 18th, and with a 12-5 record, Kirkwood is at 19th. NJCAA also received votes for the ranking with a record of 15-5. On the women's basketball side, Division II, NJCAA is at a record of 18-2 and at the 2nd spot. Kirkwood is at number 3 with a record of 17-3, winning their last 5 games. Iowa Central is at number 10 with a record of 17-2, winning their last 8 games. And in the Division I, Iowa Western is at 18th for their 18-2 record. Finally, we'd like to preview some conference matchups coming up this week. Southeastern takes on number 3 Iowa Western in men's basketball this Saturday, the 25th. Southeastern is looking to extend their winning streak and try to pull off an upset. Leading the Reavers this season is sophomore Dangelle Walker with 16.6 points per game. Leading the Blackhawks is Athlete of the Week Jordan Stevens with 17.8 points per game. Another men's basketball conference matchup to watch is number 19 Kirkwood taking on Ellsworth on the 25th. Ellsworth is looking to bounce back from a losing skid they had last week that dropped them out of the rankings. Kirkwood is led by sophomore J.C. Fuller with 15.2 points per game, and Ellsworth is led by sophomore Robert Lee with 23.9 points per game. On the women's side, we have a top 15 matchup against number 2 ranked NJCAA hosting number 10 ranked Iowa Central this Saturday. NJCAA is hoping to bounce back after losing a few games and continue to stay towards the top of the NJCAA polls with the help of sophomore Chelsea Jacox, who is averaging 20.5 points per game. Sophomore Lydia Harvey, who is averaging 16.8 points per game for the Tritons, is hoping her team can pull off an upset and move up in the ranks. Finally, check us out on Twitter at ICCAC Sports for up-to-date scores and more on the go. Also, check us out online at our website at www.iccac.org for more scores and stories about the conference.